Hi, this is Bonnie Rivera with Pray Ask Gifts, and we're so glad you're here with us today on day 18 of our Aging Gracefully Challenge. So, today we are going to look at obeying God and avoid telling lies. So, for the next 3 days, we're going to look at Psalm 34:12. It's going to tell us how to live a good long life. Do any of you want to live a good long life? Watch your tongue. Keep your lips from telling lies. Turn away from evil and do good. Work hard at living at peace with others. So, we're going to break that down, and today we're going to take a look at keeping our lips from telling lies. You know, the thing about lies, have you ever told one? Most of us have, and usually it's to get ourselves out of some kind of trouble. No, officer, I was not aware the speed limit was 25 miles an hour. Or, no, darling, this dress is not new. And then we try to justify it in our minds. Well, I was only going 35 miles an hour, so what's the big deal? That's almost 25. Or, no, it's not new. I got this last week. So these are not good to do. They're sort of different shades of the truth. But there's actually much worse and much more serious lies going on in the world today. We know Satan's the father of lies, so we can't be surprised at all when those who follow him lie. But since Jesus is the truth, and he says that in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life, when we follow him, we must be people of truth to have a life that's good and long and to be pleasing to God. The most important truths that we can share with people are God's truths, and just saying what God says about any different subject. So, if we're going to speak the truth in our world today, we first have to know exactly what God says, and then, in the kindest way possible, just say exactly what He says. I recently had a dinner party and had a group of people over. This was right after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. So there was discussion on abortion. And there were people who felt strongly on both sides. And I was in the kitchen, but I could hear the argument coming from the dining room. And I felt like God said, just go say what I say. So I came in to the dining room and I said, God says choose life. That's it. So, and fortunately, that stopped the conversation and it didn't come back up again. I don't know if it influenced anybody, but I found that if we just say what God says, and actually, this is what Jesus did when he was being tempted in the wilderness. He just said, this is what God says. And he used the verses correctly, where Satan was using them incorrectly. So we do want to know what God says, we want to say what God says, and we want to be sure we're using his words correctly. Another one of my favorite verses is Proverbs 23:23. Buy truth and do not sell it. Get wisdom and instruction and understanding. And when I first read that, I thought, buy truth. I don't think I understand that. But the 17th century commentator Matthew Henry says, truth is that by which the heart must be guided and governed. For without truth, there's no goodness. We must buy it. That is, we must be willing to part with anything for the truth. And then one of my favorite verses also in John 8, you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And if the truth will set you free, you can be sure the lies are going to keep you in bondage. Proverbs 3:3, let not mercy and kindness, shutting out all hatred and selfishness, and truth, shutting out all deliberate hypocrisy or falsehood, forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. And then 1 Peter 3:10. I think Peter here is probably quoting from our verse today, Proverbs 34:12, when he says, for the scriptures say, if you want to enjoy life and see many happy days, keep your tongue from speaking evil, even the little lies, and your lips from telling lies. Turn away from evil and do good, search for peace and work to maintain it. So today, on day 18 of our challenge, your challenge is to speak God's truth today. Just say what God says in regards to any situation that comes up. And tomorrow we will look at the next part of this verse where we're going to turn away from evil and we're going to do good. So thank you so much for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.